In the proceeding of this meeting.
The United Nations vote in favour of recognising the Palestinians as a non-member observer state has sparked mass celebrations in the West Bank, but has left diplomats worried that, as a unilateral step, it may hinder the resumption of the peace process between Israel and the Palestinians. Israel, which along with the US was the main opposition to the statehood bid, has emphasized that despite the result, reality on the ground would remain unchanged.
The celebrations last night organized by the Palestinian leadership are behind us, and as Palestinians wake up this morning, they'll see that nothing has really changed. And the truth is, nothing will change if they continue to boycott Israel and boycott peace talks, because that's the only way to move forward. Only through a process of direct negotiations and striving for a peace agreement, only through that path is it possible to build a better future for both Israelis and Palestinians.
US Ambassador to the UN, Susan Rice, echoed the concerns.
Today's unfortunate and counterproductive resolution places further obstacles in the path to peace. That is why the United States voted against it. The backers of today's resolution say they seek a functioning, independent Palestinian state at peace with Israel. So do we.
138 members of the General Assembly voted in favour, 9 against, and there were 41 abstentions. Germany, which was one of the countries which abstained, spoke of its reasons.
We believe there's reason to doubt whether the step undertaken today is helpful for the peace process at this point in time. We are concerned that it might lead to further hardening of positions instead of improving the chances of a two-state solution through direct negotiations. Mr. President, it is our expectation that the Palestinian leadership will not undertake unilateral steps on the basis of this resolution that would deepen the conflict and move us further away from a peaceful settlement.
The Israeli ambassador to the UN had earlier spoken about the need to protect Israel's security and delivered the country's core reasons for not supporting the Palestinians' statehood bid.
But for peace to endure, Israel's security must be protected. The Palestinians must recognize the Jewish state, and they must be prepared to end the conflict with Israel once and for all. None of these vital interests of peace, none of them appear in the resolution that will be put forward before the General Assembly today, and that is why Israel cannot accept it.
Jewish groups have reacted with dismay to the UN's result, citing the negative impact they feel it will have on peace with the Palestinians. US pro-Israel lobby AIPAC said the UN was reckless in its decision. The Conference of Presidents of Major American Jewish Organizations said that the resolution would leave no victors, only a primary loser: peace in the Middle East. The Anti-Defamation League said the General Assembly had handed the Palestinians a public relations victory. B'nai B'rith International condemned the decision, saying that the Palestinians' unilateral move was a violation of signed agreements with Israel. The World Jewish Congress called the move an illusion, which would ultimately leave the Palestinians disappointed. Jewish settlers living in the West Bank have illustrated a mixture of anger and concern following the UN vote.
It's a reward for terrorism. It's just a simple gift. It's another step towards what they're trying to do, which is to move the Israeli Jewish state out of here little by little. The enemy Arab countries have not succeeded in war, so they left the Palestinians here, as they call them, to bother us from the inside, which means terror. One side of terror, the other side of terror, doesn't matter. They have only one main goal, and that is to destroy the Jewish state and to take over what they claim is theirs.
I think it will be a bit to Israel's disadvantage, because they're going to take things to the criminal court, probably against the settlements in the future. What Israel will do, I don't think they'll do terribly much. And whether it will advance the peace process and other things, I very much doubt it, because I think they've got a new toy to play with, so they'll continue with that.
How much effect the elevation of the Palestinian Authority's status will have on peace accords with Israel remains to be seen. However, the UN decision certainly proves a diplomatic setback for Israel and the US, both of which oppose the move.